All right, day 18. We out here walking. Houses all the way back there. Can do a little cross step to save ourselves on balance. So that was a good little test. But walking, going pretty good. We'll talk about this like a little bit more explicitly and kind of like ankle update, but I do feel like it's a little bit easier to walk because I can hold my foot up a little bit more. Um, Walking past the soccer fields here. Just a few more weeks. 6 weeks to soccer field or to soccer. So, you know, going well. Well, in terms of actual more detailed update, been an eventful couple of days for sure since day 15. So mostly been improving, just kind of like day over day. Feel pretty comfortable as kind of was shown in the video walking around, like pretty comfortable walking around at this point. Yesterday put real pants on and real clothes on for the first time in quite a while. And that felt pretty good as well. But definitely seemed to be in a just kind of a recurring battle with the nerve pain, kind of like coming in and out. Last week, the last couple of days of the week, so like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, were pretty brutal with the nerve pain like the entire time. Had a really difficult time sleeping all three of those nights, which was no fun. Even despite feeling like was making progress with like walking and stuff. But then Friday is the oddest thing. Friday, like 3:30 p.m. It was almost like just a fever breaking, and suddenly all of the nerve pain went away, and I had like a good 24-hour like respite from any of the nerve pains. Slept great on Friday night, and what was really stark about it was without that, like walking around was just so much easier. It feels like in a very different place in recovery when I have like the nerve pain versus when I don't have it, which is interesting. And I did a video of my foot as well, which I'll kind of add to the end of this to demonstrate it a little bit. But part of that makes me hope that, the last couple of days, with the heavy nerve pain was because it was getting into the final stages of maybe resolving or just making significant progress there. But then yesterday evening at about 7 p.m., I had just taken a shower because I was really cold, and ran, hot water kind of over my leg pretty directly, which feels pretty good over the leg, but came out of the shower. And I don't know if it was spurned by that or if it was just like the evening and that set in, but suddenly, just like a freight train, all of it came back. And last night was pretty brutal with like the nerve pain all night, such that like I stopped taking, right, like skipped two of the instances on Saturday of the tramadol, but took it again in the evening and went so far as to take an oxy at night to try and get some sleep. Really unconvinced that it did anything to help, but I don't know, maybe managed to get like a couple of hours through the night. Was still bothering me in the morning until like around 10 a.m. And then once again, it kind of was just fleeting and went away for most of the day today. And during that time, it's like, okay, feel good, feel useful. Was able to like vacuum around the house and like clean up, go for like a walk around the neighborhood a little bit further than I had before. So all that was really nice, but sort of living in fear at the moment of like any given second, all of it's going to come back. Sure enough, right now at time of filming this, which is in the evening, it feels like it's starting to return a little bit at the moment. So not excited for that if it starts to go into nighttime and I have to try and sleep again with a bunch of the nerve pain. But all I can say is that I hope that it will be an indication that it's starting to resolve in the rest of my leg. And as you'll see in a second, I think that I am making some progress with the foot, and starting to be able to lift it a little bit. Again, progress somewhat incremental there, but hopeful that Friday morning made a little bit of a turn there. Other than that, like the incision itself, so the little steri strips that they gave me are starting to fall off. And a little bit of a grossies warning because I'm going to show it right now. But if you can see that, so the steri strips are starting to fall off. The incision looks really good. It's got like, some, blood that's kind of here. I can't wash it or like submerge. I can only like let water and soap run over it. So it's difficult to like, get all of that off, but it's starting to kind of come off on its own. And it looks like it's going to be a really, really clean scar. So for sure, happy about that. And yeah, that's kind of how things going on this day 18, starting to get into the later or the higher numbered days of recovery. Still hopeful that by the end of this week, so today is Sunday, so hoping by like next weekend, I will be able to more comfortably bend my knee enough to get around full revolution on like an actual bicycle. And now I have a stand in the house that I could put one of my bikes on so that I could use that inside, either to augment or instead of using the electric bike. So we'll see. But yeah, that is day 18. All right. So foot update. So feelings a little bit optimistic. I can now kind of do this action without, in previous videos, it was a lot of like doing this, but I couldn't really move my ankle like without having to use my toes basically to like help with that action. So this feels like a positive. Also, something which has changed, like, on my other leg, you can see, this muscle tightens up when, like, right next to the shin bone when flexing my foot up. And I was not like feeling that very much or at all before. And now I feel like I can start to feel in my leg the muscle sort of activating when I'm pulling my foot up. So hopeful that that's a step in the right direction. But yeah,